Well, it certainly was a breezy, if not flat out windy afternoon around the St. Louis area on Sunday. We saw the clouds around, but the breeze has settled down now that we've lost the sunshine, and it'll still be a little bit breezy overnight and into your Monday, probably into Tuesday as well, but not any worse than what it was as we were pushing through the day on Sunday. All right, now let's get into our weather impact alert. This is for Wednesday. So Monday, there's not going to be any big weather problems. Tuesday, it's doubtful that we will have any weather problems here. Wednesday, it's a situation where there could be some weather problems, especially from about midday into the evening hours. We don't know the exact timing on this yet. You know, we're still 3 days out. The storm center that's going to be responsible for this, the energy's just now pushing into California. But gusty winds, large hail, that seems to be a severe weather threat that certainly could present itself. Just at this point, you just need to check back in for updates. The forecast will evolve over the next 36 to 48 hours as we get closer. And we'll be able to give you more specific timing information and also maybe tell you whether this threat's going to materialize, likely to materialize, or it remains very iffy, and perhaps we don't have to do a weather impact alert on Wednesday. I mean, that's still within reason. We've had one disturbance trek across the region through the afternoon hours on Sunday into Sunday evening. It brought with it a little bit of rain, but for most of us, it was not measurable. It also brought with it some warm temperatures. A lot of us were around 80 degrees. Now, a few isolated showers still northeast of St. Louis. Otherwise, it's a mild night and a lot of clouds around. Those clouds may break up some towards daybreak. Temperatures are going to be even warmer for Monday. We go back into the mid-80s in St. Louis. We're thinking 87 for the high in St. Louis. Most spots in that 80 to 85 degree range, but we should spike in the metro area, and we'll have the winds out of the southwest. They will be gusty again with some gusts 25 miles per hour. Here's our disturbance sliding through from today. Big thunderstorms down into parts of Texas, staying down there, not our problem. You can see some energy here swinging in from the Baja of California into southern portions of Arizona and New Mexico. That's going to evolve into potential for severe weather here out over the plains going into tomorrow and Tuesday. And then our upper level system that's spinning here just coming on shore in Northern California. You see the spin and the radar echoes there. This is the energy that's going to drive our threats for severe weather should they materialize on Wednesday. This is the energy that will come through. But that's not the only energy that's still well away from us. You have all of this back up here spinning in the upper levels off the coast of Alaska. That has to come our way. That is expected to arrive Friday afternoon, Friday night into Saturday. Probably limits our severe weather threat based on what we're seeing right now, based on that timing. This is Tuesday. Monday, we don't have any severe weather concerns anywhere close to us. But Tuesday, Chicago, Grand Rapids, South Bend, even down towards Springfield, Quincy, Hannibal, up towards the Quad Cities, Kansas City, level 2 threat. For St. Louis, we're just in that level 1 threat, but up towards Troy, Hardin, up to Carrollton and Bowling Green, and out towards Herman, it's a level 2 threat. That's as of the afternoon hours on Sunday. This will be updated in the wee hours on Monday morning. It may shift a little bit farther north and west of us. We will see. As we go into Wednesday, we are more clearly in that severe weather threat around St. Louis, okay, including the metro area, and that would be at least a level 2 threat. Although we think the worst of this, again, stays to the north and west of us. So, you know, as much as we know, the overall scheme of things, the overall pattern is one that favors severe weather. The system's evolving, so the timing, we don't know the specific timing on that. We don't know where the severe weather ingredients are going to come together, so our location, we can't pin that down just yet either. And of course, that means we can't do the specific threats for you just yet, okay? It'll come in time, but at the moment, not much, okay? So for the rest of the night, I don't think we have any problems here. Any rain moves off to the east. There'll be some showers and thunderstorms to our north and northeast here as we go on into Tuesday. And then as we head into Tuesday evening, Showers and thunderstorms develop back into parts of Kansas and Oklahoma, also parts of Iowa, up into Wisconsin. Some of those storms around the Great Lakes probably are going to be strong to severe. Anything that gets close to us, and again, this is just one high-resolution model. There are some others that are a little more gung-ho on severe weather, and then there's some that are even less than this. I think as we go into Wednesday early afternoon, we'll have the potential seeing something develop around here. But keep in mind, the actual front itself is well back to the west. So, this is more along the lines of what we're thinking as we head towards the evening. But it may end up being a situation where some of the stronger storms go by to our north, some of the stronger storms go by to our south, and St. Louis ends up missing out on the worst of it. I can't guarantee you that at this point, but it's still on the table. And we were hemming and hawing about that last week in the Weather Center. All right, the one thing that seems to be questionable, we don't have any problems with the shear. We know that's there. We know we have moisture, dew points are above 60. Instability's there, temperatures are warm enough, that's there. It's the driver, the lift. Are we going to have enough lift to get the air to go up and make it rise? That is the big question. So with that in mind, all the other ingredients seem to be there. So we think there's enough of a concern where we wanted to give you the early heads up. There's nothing to be stressed out about at this point. Just stay up to date. You know where your safe place is. Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, that's when this would most likely be a problem. That's why we had that as our weather impact alert day. All you can do is just review your severe weather safety plan, know where the kids are going to be, what you're going to do if there's big storms, where you're going to go, and we'll get through it, right? End of the week, there's Friday. You're looking at another really warm day on Friday, upper 80s, perhaps close to 90 degrees ahead of that front, and Friday night into Saturday looks like a pretty good chance of showers. So let's revisit this lack of lift or potential lack of lift, show you what we have here. All right, so this is the storm energy. This is the fuel. Instability, moisture kind of goes into the areas that are shaded here. And you see all the wind arrows here. That's where we have the stronger winds aloft. And we like to see these things overlapping each other. Now, it's 3 o'clock Wednesday. You do see some of this instability. Storm fuel is higher here over St. Louis, and we have some stronger winds. But you also see that back here across Kansas, southwest Missouri, stretching up into southwestern portions of Iowa, there's a larger area where there are stronger winds. That's something that we would focus on here as we go through the evening hours and into Wednesday evening. So we lose some of the instability, we lose some of that storm energy, that fuel as we get past sunset. But we still have some of those winds aloft, especially in southwest Missouri, and then coming across northwest Missouri into Iowa, and some at least around St. Louis. Again, it's how are we going to make the air lift and rise to generate severe thunderstorms. And whether that happens or it doesn't remains to be seen. As we go into later in the evening on Tuesday, you see we really lose a lot of that. I should say later in the evening on Wednesday, we really lose a lot of our storm fuel, but we still have some of those winds aloft. Meanwhile, Kansas City has that combination still ongoing there as we go into late Wednesday night. So again, there are things that are yet to be resolved with this, but the bottom line is we have a weather impact alert on Wednesday for that potential of some strong to severe thunderstorms. We don't think Thursday there'll be much rain. During the day, Friday, most likely not much, but Friday night into Saturday, we should get a ramp up of the showers and thunderstorms. And we'll keep you posted if that looks like that's going to be, a little more intense. But right now, the reality here is, we're still trying to figure out if Wednesday is going to be all that intense and all that big of a concern. So we'll keep you posted.